In an increasingly connected and competitive world, it literally pays to be stylish. According to Statista, the fashion and apparel industry is immense and always growing, valued at $2.25 trillion globally last year. In a Statistics Canada survey, the average Canadian household spends $2,739 for clothing and accessories. In addition, a Boston Consulting Group study shows that in the next 10 years, Gen Z and Gen Alpha will dominate the fashion market, making us the industry's most significant targets. A reason for this could be that acquiring a fashionable item, or a grail, is a symbol of high esteem for people our age, and purchasing and possessing these improves one's belongingness and social standing among peers. However, this comes at a significant price. Keeping up with the trends in a time of increasing unaffordability and high living costs is difficult and will only worsen should the trends of the past years continue. This compels many to cut corners and patronize a shadow industry behind the fashion behemoth, counterfeits and replicas. As the mainstream fashion industry grows, so do their copiers. In 2021 global trade, counterfeiting has been estimated to be at around $467 billion. While still minuscule compared to the originals, the emphasis of the current generation on savvy spending habits and workarounds will only make it grow more. Social media trends of luxury on a budget, by purchasing accurately made copies of designer bags and clothing, has also fueled this emerging trend. Take this example, a Chanel Kelly handbag. Perhaps one of the most elegant symbols of minimalist style and practicality, originals fetch at least an $8,000 price tag. Meanwhile, a replica Kelly, which at a glance is indistinguishable from the real deal, only costs about $390, less than 5% of the original price. Supporters of this trend say that due to increased globalization, both bags source their products from the same supplier, mainly from countries in Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America. Hence, the quality is arguably at only a slightly lower level, if not at par with the original. While this might result in an advantage for the average consumer, the price is extracted from somewhere else. According to a Sky News report, in the case of the United Kingdom, counterfeit goods have cost about £2 billion in lost taxation. In addition, the profitability of fake fashion has made it the go-to for organized crime, with estimates now that it nets twice the revenue as the distribution of illegal drugs. Reports have also appeared that counterfeit revenue has been laundered and directly traced to funding acts of terrorism. Without oversight for this black market industry, working conditions could be dangerous, as compromises on these ends could be a way to further cut product costs. The Canadian government has tried to stem this tide through the Combating Counterfeit Products Act of 2014, which prohibits the selling of counterfeit goods. Despite all these, the replica trend has shown no signs of stopping or slowing down. As of this year, about a fifth of all advertised goods in social media are counterfeit, and an EU IPO survey states that 33% of Gen Z respondents say that they have knowingly bought a fake or a replica fashion item in the last 12 months. While these are pressing concerns, the mainstream fashion industry itself has been subject to numerous controversies in their own manufacturing processes. Last year, the Italian government organized a crackdown on the sweatshop-style factories for companies such as Tod's, Loro Piana, Dior, and Giorgio Armani. Subcontractors for these companies have established working conditions and product quality similar to those of counterfeiters, but with the egregious markup. A fashion checker study has also revealed that 93% of fashion brands do not supply their workers with a living wage, and about 170 million children are still pressed into child labor to produce these goods. With these considerations in mind, is price still king? Do ethical consumption standards still take precedence? Or, considering the exploitation that occurs on either side, that none of it matters? As with all things that concern a consumer, the vote will be through our wallets.